So we're at the number five mark. Corey, what is your number five?
Yes. Top five. Time code number there. Okay. So my number five game is Axiom Verge, the best Metroid game on the darn system. This game, like, I originally played it on PS4, and I was like, you know what? I need to play this on Wii U. And that's where it fits. That's where it's home. This game is freaking amazing. It is Metroid in every single way you want it to be. The music sounds like Metroid. The gameplay is like Metroid. The secret areas and the weapons and the bosses, like everything down to a T. And the fact that this game was made by one person is just, oh my gosh. It's just, I know a lot of people make their own games. A lot of people are doing like, one or two man teams. Stardew Valley is another great example of a one man team creating a great game. But man, Axiom Verge is one of the best games I've played this generation, hands down. I would put it right up there with Shovel Knight as like one of the best available indie games on the system.
Yes.
It's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And when you save and the way the egg closes up and the way you like just come out and you're like, you got to shoot the door to go into the next area. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's Metroid. Everything. Sorry. I just want a new Metroid game.
It's okay. It's a great game. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. It's so good.
For me, Super Mario Maker. I think this game is way better than Minecraft. Because it lets you be a designer, and it kind of makes you respect what people who make video games on what they do, whether the game is bad or not, whether you criticize them or not. You got to realize that people have to think about this and design this from a different perspective. So to get that somewhat understanding, whether you're indie, third party, or party thinking about how Nintendo make their games, Super Mario Maker is one of the best entries of level creation ever made. I enjoy making levels, putting stuff out. I need to return it so I can put out more levels. It's just other people's levels and seeing where their creation and where their mind at, and giving them feedback and being positive, or just let them know what they need to work on and stuff. Like, it's such a good feeling. So I mean, it makes you feel like a test player, but it also makes you feel like a designer, and something that could take in real time to play. It equals 3 to 5 hours or even days to get that right platforming, to get that right where you want your ideas to go. It takes a good while. So Super Mario Maker definitely for me is number 5.
Nice. My number 4 game is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I played this on the Wii U. I stand by that this is the best Assassin's Creed game. I did not expect anything from this game after Revelations in 3, but I had a GameStop gift card, and I already had every other Nintendo game when this came out, and I didn't have a PS4 yet. And I was like, okay, I want to play this game. It looks cool. I like pirates. I think the pirate theme is cool. Let's see what it's like. So I bought it. I dumped 75 hours into this game, and I 100%ed this game on the Wii U, which I don't think anybody else can say did that. I thought that game still controls better than anything they released afterwards. I think the upgrading your ship and the ship battles are just awesome. I wish Ubisoft would make a pirate game and just lift it out of this. I think that would be just awesome. And I never got to Rogue. I was expecting that to come to Wii U, and it never did. So, I mean, I still would like to go back and play that game someday. But man, the outfits you unlock, the pirate lore that's like so real, and the way they took care of these characters, and some of the character twists, like Captain Kidd is a female, and you learn that later, and it was awesome. It was it was just awesome. It was the game I needed at that time. It was actually the last game I beat before I met my wife. So
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my number 4 is because I have Black Flag, but I need to work on it. My number 4 is Yoshi's Woolly World, and I'm going to say this, and we're going to continue on to number 3. Yoshi's Woolly World is the best, and it's really hard saying this. It has the best soundtrack of all time on the Wii U.
Yes.
Art style, and I love the level design. This soundtrack, though, much as I want to argue, Super Mario 3D World soundtrack is one of the greatest. Separate those two. This is the best soundtrack on this system. That's very, very calming, and every level that you play, you just really want to sit there and listen to the music. He really went in. Yeah. I love the yarn Yoshis. I love the big yarn Yoshi. My mom has one.
I still need to get a big one.
I would love to have Yoshis. A big one.
Oh, I have all the little ones, but I would love to have just like the big one, because like I'm gonna admit it, I like cool looking stuffed animals, and I feel like Yoshi would sit right at home over here with some of my other ones.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but Yoshi's Woolly World, like I brought it when it came out, and I didn't play it at first because I was playing other stuff, and then I sat down and really played it, and almost wanted to tear up and cry because on how well designed it was. It was fun, and I don't care what anyone say or think about me, whatever. But it's such a close game to my heart. Just made me realize that this is the reason why I love Nintendo and their design for video games. When they don't have to be violent. They don't have to make a game feel like a movie or go some cliche route or, try to be big and grand, have the best technology. They don't have to do that. All they have to do is provide the fun. If they provide the fun, they should be rewarded. And this game just still and I can't wait for that's why I said I can't wait for the 3DS version. But man, just playing this game, if you want it to be hard to get everything, that challenge is there. But the soundtrack to this game is just breathtaking. Like it's almost as good as Chrono Trigger and Ion Setsuna or any fantastic orchestrated music for any role-playing game that you think of, or any game at that matter. But yeah, number 4 for me is Yoshi's Woolly World. It's a must-have. It like if you get a copy, if you step on a copy and you break, find a way to get another copy.
Yeah, that game is something. It is amazing. I agree with you 100%. That soundtrack is one of the best I've ever heard in my life. And it's not that it's like some grand, like epic soundtrack. It's just, it calms you down. It makes you feel good. It's just really beautiful music to listen to. And it's just, I totally agree with you. My number 3 game is Mario Kart 8. I know we've said a lot about this game, but like I said, I had a ton of fun with teaching my wife how to play, and she would play it regularly, and that was exciting to me because my wife isn't really into video games. She plays like one or two. She'll play puzzle games on her phone or whatever, but this was a game that I got her to sit down on the couch over here with me, play on the big screen, actually take the time to learn how to do the mechanics. She learned out who all the characters were. She mains Rosalina. She, mains a motorcycle. She loves hitting people with red shells, and she's not afraid to rub it in my face when she beats me. She's that whole experience. I mean, it's a great game in its own right. It's a beautiful game. No frame rate hiccups whatsoever at 60 frames a second. The assets are beautiful. They're always going to be beautiful. It's Nintendo. It's Mario. Those games are always going to look amazing. But I think the experience I had with that game, and finally sitting down with my wife and playing that game together, was what ranks this game so high for me. And it was something different that I hadn't experienced in a long time. Was that yes. We were playing together but against each other type thing, and it was just fun to watch her slip on a banana peel, or her shoot a blue shell at me when I'm in first place and she passes me, or it was just that interaction that places this game so high for me. And like, maybe that's a reason why I think this is my favorite Mario Kart game. I'm not 100% sure, and maybe I'll never know, but that's why this game ranks so high for me.
Awesome. Well, my number 3 that I was at the store out like in the morning, and I was the first one and probably the only one to buy a copy. That's Xenoblade Chronicles X. I downloaded the patches and everything, but ever since I played the regular Xenoblade Chronicles, I was hooked. This game,
that first game is amazing.
When they showed the graphics, I was blown away. I was just like, this is gorgeous, and it's still gorgeous. And know that the people at A4 Play who did the localization and worked on this game, just added more. But like, even the side quests, like, you don't even like the main quest or the story of the game, you can figure out on your own, or if you want to follow it. And the game is so deep and so long that you could pretty much spend about 25 to 30 hours still in the beginning before you even get on with the game, with the story. So Xenoblade Chronicles X is that's my number 3. That it was my 2015 game of the year when it came out.
Yeah, that game is... That team at Monolith, Nintendo better hope they hang on to them for a long time, because... Oh,
no. They own Monolith.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They better hope Nintendo holds on to them for a long time and not let them go like Rare.
What people don't realize is that they're helping them do the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I know. They're helping them build that open world. And that's amazing that Nintendo is taking the time to have this other... I don't want to say they're less talented, but they're not. But like, you say Nintendo and you expect certain things, and to go to this little studio that has built some amazing RPGs for Nintendo, and the fact that Nintendo is going to this studio and saying, "Look, we need your help. Let us learn from you. Let us learn how to build this expansive open world, and come help us do this," is spectacular. And like, this is a conversation probably on the next episode, after we talk about Amiibo and all these other things. But this is why I have so much hope for the future of Nintendo and the Switch, is because it looks like Nintendo is actually reaching out for help. It looks like Nintendo is learning from their mistakes. It looks like Nintendo is willing to go out of their way to make the company better and their games better. And that's what excites me about Breath of the Wild. That's what excites me about Switch. And that's what excites me about the future of this company. But yes. Sorry, that was just my...
Yes. No, I'm so happy that you said that. Yay!
Yeah. And
what is your number 2?
Shovel Knight is my number 2 game. I love this game so much, and it's just it was just the right game at the right time. And like, Yacht Club did something so special, and I know like they're a spinoff of Way Forward, and Way Forward makes great games. Like, I love the Shantae games. I think they made Contra 4. I think that game was pretty solid, and like, they do great work. But the fact that this was their first game, and the fact that they made it a Nintendo timed exclusive because they wanted to make a Nintendo game, the fact that they paid so much homage to all those old Nintendo games. Like, so I think, a lot of people like to compare it to Mega Man because all the bosses do something different. But I think that this game is more homage to like Zelda 2 and DuckTales and Castlevania than Mega Man. I think that this game is just amazing. The pixel art is amazing. The level design is amazing. The world map is cool to look at. Like, it just does a lot of cool things. The town, when you go into town, it reminds you so much of the Zelda 2 town, and like people are just screwing around, and then there's a man with a horse head, and you're like, who the heck are you and why do you exist? It's just amazing. It's just awesome.
Yes.
Oh, Shovel Knight. It's a great game. What's your number 2, Red?
Everybody should, if you know me, everybody should know this. And this one was very hard to say, to make this decision, but Bayonetta 2. I still have the demo for this game on my system, even though I beat the game multiple times. This game is so good.
Yes, Bayonetta is amazing.
It was my 2014 game of the year. I'm sorry I had to call it on my stuff's game of the year, but at 60 frames per second, the art style is gorgeous. Like, this game has, like you said, Corey, it has no hiccups. Like, it is, to me, it's so flawless. Like, it's a perfect 10. Getting the dodges, the weapons, the other, putting Bayonetta in other Nintendo outfits. But if you bought the first edition, you got Bayonetta 1 for free, so you kind of got the complete story. Like, this game, the combos that you make and the weapons that you decide to get amazes me on what Nintendo allowed Platinum to do. And pretty much Nintendo said, whatever way that you want to make this game, make it. And they would come in, they would make some suggestions and walk out the door and let Platinum do what they needed to do. And I think it's because of Bayonetta 2 that they got so much, Platinum got so much exposure to be worked with so many companies. And I haven't tried Nier Automata just yet, but I heard that game, it looks like it's gonna bring Platinum back to what they're known for. The Transformers Devastation on the other systems were good, but it has to start off with Bayonetta 2. Just like that game, from the moment you start from the beginning to the end boss, like, and you can play it on any level and get a good challenge.
Yeah. Bayonetta 2.
All those when you try to get all those S rankings, it is no joke.
Yeah.
So no, Bayonetta 2.
It is no joke. Like, I don't have Bayonetta 2 on my list because I knew you were going to have a lot to say about it. I know you're crazy for the game, and I love this game too. It probably would have been somewhere between like 8 and 12 for me if I would have included it on my list. But I knew that you have such love for this game. That's why I left it off my list. The best game to me on the Wii U is Super Mario 3D World.
Yes!
It just knocked over everything.
That's my number 1. That is my number 1.
I think.
Go ahead.
Super Mario 3D World is my favorite a 3D Mario game since N64. I think it is the best Mario experience. And like, I like Galaxy and stuff and everything. I think that those games are amazing in their own right, but this game fused the 3D and the 2D so well. It created these small spurts of levels, and the fact that they pulled off the multiplayer so well, or you could play through the whole game single player and still do everything. Like, this was the best Mario experience I've had in a long time, and I feel like this game gets short-sighted a lot too because of the fact that it's not a full 3D Mario game, and that sucks because this is honestly one of the best Mario games ever made. And like, when I was reviewing a lot of games on DNAnetwork.net, like, this was the only game I gave a 10 to out of all the games that I reviewed. And Like, I stand by that to this day. This game is amazing. All the characters feel unique that you can play as, and the fact that you can play through the whole game again as Rosalina when you're done, and the fact that after you beat World 8, it keeps going, and after you beat that first special stage, there's a second special stage and a third special stage, and these levels are incredibly difficult, especially to find everything in. It's just, and the cat suit.
Oh, I was about to bring up the power ups. I love the cat suit. I love climbing up the walls and just sliding down, just like that's beautiful. And I love climbing the pole to the top. And when they win, you be like, "Hero, meow!" Just like it's so funny. But I have got to say, and I know I mentioned Yoshi's Woody World and this game are separate by music. This is the best music of all time on Wii U. I even though I said that for Yoshi's Woody World, that one as a 3D World is the best live orchestrated music on Wii U compared to Yoshi's Woody World being the most charming, like being like kind of keyboard and stuff, and very light and relaxing. Every level in 3D World, from the first level to the end, to the mini bosses, to fighting the Koopa kids and everything, oh, great, fantastic design, breathtaking. Just like ever since they showed it off, I wanted this game. It still looks beautiful. It has the cartoony feel to it in a way. But oh man, and doing the little races when you're all four players running through like a 2D kind of Sonic inspired level, it feels so great. But yeah, Super Mario 3D World is like, if I had to game just to have on my Wii U, of course I would pick Xenoblade Chronicles X. But if I really truly had to make a decision on what game to really pick, Super Mario 3D World would be the one game that I would just want on my Wii U and be done.
Yeah, that's it is one of the most perfect games I've ever played in my life, and it's just I can't even tell you how I can't believe that was both of our number one games. Ah!
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That picked me.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, Ed, we did it.
Yes, we did it.
We made a top 25 Wii U games episode. Finally.
Yes.
We've only been talking about this since I think before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, the Wii U is going to be one of those systems that's remembered fondly, like the GameCube. I feel like I just feel like 10 to 12 years from now, when people are like, man, remember that Wii U? And I know like the Switch is probably going to get a bunch of Wii U ports, and I know like the way digital distribution is now is everything's going to be different, but I feel like the Wii U and the games that it had on it people are gonna remember them fondly, like they did GameCube or N64. And it's just sad that the system didn't sell as much as I feel like it should have, because it is a great system. And like, there are amazing games not on either of our lists. It's just,
yes.
Both the Zelda games are just still. It's the definitive version of Twilight Princess. It's the best. The best Zelda game. I need to play that. After I finish Final Fantasy. I need to play that. I need to play Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and I need to play Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I need to finish them all before Zelda comes out.
Exactly. Or should I gotta finish all of that stuff before? Well, Resident Evil 7 is this month, but I gotta finish all of that before Horizon comes out.
Yeah, that too. I forgot about Horizon. Yeah. Dang it!
Well, you gotta finish before South Park, so but I don't have to worry about that game. So.
Yeah, you know what? I think I love South Park a lot, but like, I'm looking at the games coming out, and like with the Switch coming out, I'm going to be spending a lot of money on that. And I'm like, maybe South Park can be like a next fall or like birthday / Christmas type game. When it because
Wait
I'm
for it to
just
come in the
like,
budget.
well, not only that, but like, I mean, yeah, I guess I am gaming on a budget. I guess you can call it that. But there's a lot of games that I would like to have before that. And like there I'm looking at games, I'm like, I don't really want to pay $60 for it, but I would really like to have that game eventually. You know, Gravity Rush 2 is a great example of that. Like, I like the first one on Vita, but I don't want to pay $60 for that on PS4. So like maybe when that game drops to like 25 or $30 and like Christmas is coming around again next year or this year, I guess, and you know, birthday and all that kind of stuff, like maybe I'll ask for it then. And I feel like South Park might slide into that category as well.
Oh, okay.
Not that I'm not excited for South Park. I think that game looks amazing.
Oh,
But
I'm not. I don't.
yeah, no. And maybe it'll come to Switch and maybe I'll be more excited for it. But man, we did it. We did.
So happy.
That was a good episode. We had a great discussion. We always have good Nintendo discussions.
Yes, we do.
It was good. It was good. Now to record another one of these tomorrow for next week and get
Right.
Kyle on.